Hi guys. So I'm gonna do a makeup look for y'all today. And you know how I was gonna start doing that color themed makeup look? Well, I thought we would start with the bottom of the rainbow today in honor of Mother's Day and my mother's favorite color being purple. So we're gonna go with a purple color for our makeup look today. I don't actually have much by the way of purple makeup. So we're gonna make do with purple eyeshadow that I have in various palettes and stuff, and we're gonna go from there. And I grabbed everything, but I don't know that I grabbed a blush. I did not. I have the single blush that I use. It's all I have for blush right now, and I want to get more, but I don't have more currently. Okay then, let's work on getting started. So, I have my trusty little mirror. First things first is foundation that I need my sponge for. Here it went. And this involves lots of my squinting at the mirror. So I apologize if you guys don't get the best view of what I'm doing. I will try and keep in mind that you are there, that I am recording, and try and remember that. Oh, where did the lid go? Hold on, because I don't want that to make a mess. I am sitting on top of white sheets filming this, which is not the smartest idea on my part. Oh Lord, where did it go? I literally had the lid 2 seconds. There it went. So, yeah, even I make mistakes. I had problems for a second. Alright, let's see. There's gonna be lots of cover up today because of work. I'm breaking out so bad. Because, constantly being in a dirt covered warehouse will do that to you. And the first thing I'm doing is just putting plenty of foundation on my face. Like, all over the place. My hair needs to not get caught in my makeup. Okay. Let's see how well that covers. And all I did was dab it around on my skin at first and just leave plenty of it on my skin so that I knew roughly where I could cover. And my nose is always an area that I work on covering a lot because it just tends to shine a lot, I've noticed. And then you get under your chin. So when you guys apply foundation, all of your face needs to be first, but you need to blend that out. So you take stuff and you put it on your chin and you drag it down your chin. And make sure you get the complete underside of your neck so that it looks more so natural. And make sure you blend down your chin. And then the last of your foundation, you're actually going to put on your ears because, believe it or not, that'll be a dead giveaway as to your makeup. So you put it on your ears just to help hide the fact that you have makeup on. And make sure that you have a good, even base coat. I happen to put just enough on so I have the ability to move on to my next step, which would be concealer. And this you will always use in makeup. Concealer is like your eraser. I have found it doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter how much you have that's wrong on your face, like how many blemishes you have that you think need to be covered, because sweetie, you are beautiful no matter what. But it doesn't matter, because concealer can be used to cover up mistakes in your makeup. Like, y'all might see when I do eyeliner that I use concealer because it's pretty much my eraser. I use it to erase all of my mistakes because it blends them out really well and hides them. And I have moles and stuff that hide in my hairline that I have to get. So it's just annoying. Why is it one side of my face breaks out worse than the other? Can someone explain that to me? Because I don't understand it. And then when you're doing concealer, you want to do it down your nose and then do it 3 on your forehead. So you're going to go up, left, and right. Which I just did that backwards because I was doing it for the camera, but you understand the main point. And I'm sat in front of my window with it open. Natural light is the best light to do makeup under. So if you have a big window or something, or one room in your house tends to be a lot brighter than the others, go do your makeup there. With the windows open, or, well, at the least the blinds open, even if you don't want to open your window. And then you blend out your concealer. And you always put concealer under your eyes, because I don't care who you are, you have dark circles from something, whether it be stress or lack of sleep or something. Something in life is always going to leave at the least slight dark circles under your eyes. So you're going to want to put concealer under your eyes. Alright. So, I kind of go in an order that most people will find weird when I do makeup. I do blush, bronzer, and highlight, and then set my face. Because that way I know that everything is set, so if I make a mistake, it's not going to get screwed up. Besides, if I put concealer over top of it, then I have to redo it. Alright, first one is actually bronzer, so I don't know why I'm opening my blush. So you're going to take your bronzer. This is my little bronzer palette. And I'm not introducing all the products because I'm not really using anything that I haven't used before. And I had it all set up today. So I don't have to just fill time. But you're going to take your bronzer palette and put enough on your brush that you feel like it'll cover this area, because that's where you're going to put it. So you're going to go and you're going to start up in your hairline and you're going to drag it down. And then you're going to suck your cheeks in, and wherever the hollow of your cheek is, you're going to put it. And then you're going to blend it out. And that just makes your face look a little bit thinner. Mostly it's for making your face look thinner, I think. And it just, helps in general complexion wise because it gives you the look of shadows right along your hairline and stuff where there should be. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And if you screw up, don't worry. That's why concealer exists. I swear to God, it is the eraser of the makeup world. If you make a mistake, just use concealer. It'll get rid of it right away. And kind of blend it up on your forehead and blend it under your chin a little bit, just to make sure that it's all blended out and it doesn't look weird. Don't worry about blending your cheeks so much because that's something you'll do at the end when you have all of your makeup on, because that way it doesn't look like there's just lines of color. It'll actually blend it out a little bit and make it look a little bit better. Next would be blush, which goes right on top of your bronzer. So you get a little bit of blush, of which I unfortunately don't have any other colors besides this bright pink. And you're going to put it right over top of where you put your bronzer. Not on your bronzer, which you put in the hollow of your cheek just a second ago, but right above where you put your bronzer. And you're going to bring it all the way across your cheek. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And some people like to do it up on their nose and give them this little full face blush effect. I think there are people that can pull that off. I also don't think that I am one of those people. So I don't have the tendency to do that. But if you want to alter this look and do that, then you are 100% able to. That is up to you. Okay. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to contour my nose. So you take this really small, fine tip ball brush with your bronzer, and you're going to put it on your nose. And you're going to make your nose look thinner. And trust me, it sounds really weird, but it works really well. So you take this, and you're going to go from the top of your nose down. So you're going to go from here down along your nose. And you can connect it up to your eyebrow and then go back down. But it makes you look like you got a little bit thinner of a nose. And then you're going to want to blend that out. You don't want it to be a very obvious line, but you do want it to be there to thin your nose out some. Especially if you're like me and you have a little bit bigger of a nose. Because I personally think I have a fairly big nose for my face. So you blend that right out. After you're done getting it on, just use your finger and rub at it a little bit because you don't have anything to blend that with there. You're just blending it up. You're just covering up the fact that you put concealer on your nose and making it less obvious. And again, it makes it look like you have the shadows right along your nose. Makes the bridge of your nose look highlighted, which is why you put concealer on it. And last step is highlight. And I've lost my highlight brush. There it is. Use this fan brush for that. My highlight brush just fell apart. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. I've never had that happen before. Then you're going to take your brush, and it's up to each person how sparkly you want to look. I feel it's sparkly today. So you're going to put it right above your blush, which should put it right on your cheekbones. And if you want to double check that, then suck in your cheeks again, because there'll be a flat part right above your cheekbone. So it'll go hollow, a little bit flat where you put your blush, and then it'll be your cheekbone. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Again, I'm feeling a little sparkly, so I'm putting a little bit extra. And then I have the tendency, because I just contoured my nose, that I just do one little swipe in my highlight and then dab it on the very end of my nose. And most people don't want their skin to shine. You want to be a star, sweetie. Stars shine. Alright. And then it would be blending time. And I have a specific brush for that. That's what this is. This is a Lutive Luxie Pro Precision Tampered. I don't know how well y'all can see that name, but it is there. And this is specifically for blending out the makeup on your cheeks. And so, if you don't have a brush for that, just take one of your spares. Like, if you have a spare brush, just use that. I happen to have a brush that is specifically for that, so that's what I'm using. And you're going to blend, and you always blend. Because if you don't blend, it doesn't look right. And I did put a little bit more blush on my cheeks than I wanted to by accident, but that's okay. Things don't always go to plan. Alright, and there's your face. Easy, simple, full face makeup already. Besides your eyes and your lips, which are my next steps. Alright. So to set this look so it doesn't get ruined, you're going to take one of your brushes, just any old brush, and your setting powder. You don't use your setting spray yet. That is the thing you do at the end. And you dip your brush in your setting powder, and you guys see how much is on there? You don't need all of that on your face. Tap it away. Oop, I made a slight mess with my computer that I'll have to clean up. Lovely. And then you're going to put that excess powder that did not tab off onto your face. And this just sets on everything. Make sure it doesn't move. Put your lid back on your powder, and you're done with your powder. And if you feel like you need a little bit more, you're free to do a little bit more on your face. I feel like I did okay with my first tap today. I don't think I need more. So I'm just going to go ahead and call that good. And I'm going to clean up my laptop really quick. And kind of give you guys a look at what makeup wipes I'm using right now. I bought a pack of 2 of these. And it's like 100 wipes inside of the pack. And as you guys can tell, I've already gone through over half of the pack, because when I take off a full face of makeup, I have to use like 3 of these. Because that is the only way that this stuff will come off. Alright. And make sure you press the air out of your makeup wipes when you close them back. I made that mistake once and ended up with dry makeup wipes. You don't want dry makeup wipes. Alright. And we're on to lip lining, which seems out of order, but you're going to want to line your lips and then do your eyes, because your lips are the last thing that you're actually going to complete, but this gives you a chance to do part of them right now. Alright, so you're going to take your lip liner if you have it. If you don't have it, it is not a necessary step. It just helps your makeup stay better. And you're going to go ahead and start lining your lips. And just follow whatever line of your lips you have. Alright. Now that you've lined your lips, you're going to go ahead and move on to your eyeshadow. And I just got a new eyeshadow brush kit that I'm going to go ahead and be using for the first time today and ruin the color on the tips. That's white currently. Purple. It's fine. I swear your brushes will survive having color on them, y'all. It won't kill anything. Might kill you a little bit inside, but it won't kill anything. Alright. And these are my brushes. And I'll show them off as I get them and tell you what it says that they're used for. I don't use them for that. I am a monolid. I do makeup a lot differently than most people do. And I don't do eyebrows because I was very blessed with a good pair of eyebrows that, you don't have to do. Alright, so the first thing is find your flattest brush, which this one says it's a smudge brush. I'm not going to use it for a smudge brush. This is going to be your base layer. This is what you're going to use to lay your base color. And I personally think you go with your darkest purple for your base and move on to lighter and lighter colors. And I have lots of purples that I'm comparing right now because I just got new eyeshadow and stuff that has a lot of different colors of purple in it. But you never want to go with glitter as your base. If you're going to put glitter on, you want to do it after your base. So you're going to want to do a very simple top coat. I'm going to go ahead and use this on the NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. I'm going to go ahead and use the darkest purple that's on here and fill in the entirety of my eyelids from my eyebrow to the bottom of my eyelid. But only the top one. You don't want to do anything under your eyes. Then you go ahead and fill that entire area in. Alright. And I'm going to do both eyes at once because I see no reason in doing one eye and then trying to do the other. To me, it just doesn't make sense when makeup people do that. I don't get it. But if that's your thing, go ahead and do one eye at a time. I prefer to do both eyes at once. Alright. Once every inch of your eyelid is covered, and it doesn't have to be perfect, then you're done with that brush. I'm going to go ahead and put them away as I finish up with them because I have no other purpose for them today. Alright, so the next thing is you're going to take this, which says straight to the point on it, and some people use it for eyebrows. I'm going to use this to do a straight line in my next darkest color, which this time can be sparkly. And I was thinking of using this for a base because it's a lot darker, but it's shiny, and you don't want a shiny base, so this is not going to be a used eyeshadow today, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same palette, I guess. We're going to go ahead and go with this purple color. And you're going to use it, and you could go anywhere between 1/4 and 1/2 of your eye, and you're going to go straight down. And then you're going to fill in the back half. You fill in the back half of your eyelid after wherever you did that line in the color that you just put on it. And I need to darken this color a little bit, so that's what I'm doing right now. And you do that on both of your eyes. And some people might ask why? And it's just because when you're a monolid, when you open your eyes, anything you do on the bottom half of them goes away. So you want to get your color as much so in the top half of your eye as you can. And I still do stuff to the bottom half of my eyelid. Like, I don't just leave it 100% blank. But you do want to get as much of the possible color in the top half as possible. So that's how I do my eye makeup. And this is personal preference because, again, I'm a monolid. If you don't want to do it like this and you want to find another person who can teach you a different way to do your eyeshadow, but use the same color palette, then you are more than welcome to. I do makeup that I have found works for me as a monolid, because I noticed that a lot of the makeup gurus either use the tape when they're a monolid to make their eyes appear like a double, like a normal crease, or they just teach you how to do it for a double lid because they are a double lid, you know? Or that's what I call it, a double lid. If you're not a monolid, you're a double lid. And this stuff is not very pigmented. Like, it's not pigment very well. So you're going to notice that I'm trying to keep filling it in, because it does not want to fill at all. There you go. Alright. Now, you just use, and when I do my makeup, there's 3 colors on my eyes. And I'm trying to compare these two and see which is lighter, sorry. Alright. And I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to a different eye palette for this. If you want to use the lightest purple for this palette, then you're free to. But So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the color Rain that I just got yesterday by Vineyard Story. And I'm going to use this really light purple that is on the end here, and that is going to be my last color. And you want to leave your most fine-tipped brush for the end when you're going to need a white or a very, very light yellow. And so you're going to take your purple with the Masterpiece Crease, as it's called. I already have color on it, so I'm not going to show you guys the end of it, but, well, yeah, I will. It's just a big rounded one. And you're going to go ahead and do the bottom of your eyelid in this really pretty light color. And I happen to get lucky with having this much availability of purples. If you guys only have 1 or 2 purples, then go for it. Still have fun. Do your makeup the way that you think looks good on you, you know? This is what I have found looks good on me. This is what I have found works for me. And so this is the way that I do my eye makeup. And you're going to do this line all the way across the very bottom of your eyelid, so that when you close your eyes, it's visible. Because you still want to have interest when you blink. You don't want it to just go to waste when you blink. So you're gonna add another color to the bottom of your eyelid to add that interest when you blink. At least for a monolid. For other people, it doesn't necessarily work like this. And you can always at all times see what you've done with your eye makeup. Monolids are rather unlucky in the fact that anything we do to the bottom half of our eyelids is kind of covered up until we blink. That's why I put so much of my color in the top half. Because I see no reason in putting color in an area where it doesn't get shown. Alright, and now, before you do the last bit, this is where you go back and you fix any of the colors that you don't think are dark enough. I personally don't think that the base purple that I used is dark enough, because looking at it in the mirror, it has all of a sudden been drowned out by my other colors. So, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to fix the little third of my eye that is in that dark purple still. And you'll notice how I'm not too worried about getting it up at my eyebrows. I'm sure you'll see why in a second. When I do get that far. And most people just have a base color, just have something on the base of their eyelid. I think if you're going to have a base color, why are you going to cover it up? You know, especially if you've done like a red as a base color or something. Why are you going to cover that up? So I have the tendency with my base color that I leave part of it exposed on my eyelid. I prefer to do that because I spent time to put that on my eyelid already. So why wouldn't I show off the fact that it's there? ahead and call that good. And you know what I did not grab? The one color that I need for the end of my eyes to do the last step. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that really quickly. Hold on 1 second. As I have a palette that has a white. It is it's more so a light yellow than a white, if you want to argue perfection about what color it is. But it is the lightest color that I have. And so it is this color on this little mini palette that I have that I got for my birthday from my brother. And so you can go ahead and dabble a little bit on your brush. And then you remember right where we put that makeup right up by our eyebrows that we weren't worried about? We're going to go ahead and just swoop and cover it with this light color. And pretend that that line that we have right up in our eyebrows that, you know, isn't perfect, doesn't even exist. What are you talking about? What is up there? There is nothing up there besides a little bit of sparkle. In my case, because mine happens to be a sparkly makeup. If yours is not sparkly, and it's just a normal white, what are you talking about? There's just a little bit of white eyeshadow out there to highlight under my eyebrows. And then, you're going to put some in the corner of your eye. I don't know how well y'all can see this, but you just tap some into the corner of your eye, right here, and you've traced under your eyebrows now. And then you do the same for the other eye. So again, just trace under your eyebrow. And you're trying to keep the line as thin as possible, but if you don't keep it the thinnest thing on the planet Earth, don't worry about it. It's not going to kill anyone to see a little bit extra sparkle in their day. Because again, you're a star, sweetie. You might as well shine. You want to make sure you get the entirety of the underside of your eyebrow to make it look like you were just highlighting your eyebrow. To make it seem like, you know, you aren't covering up any mistakes that might be there or anything. It just is there. That's your highlight for your eyebrow if someone asks. That's how you prefer to do it. Or, well, that's how I tend to prefer to do it. Anyways, if you don't want to do it like that, then that's up to you. I have found that highlighting under my eyebrows works really well with eyeshadow because it hides your other mistakes. And I only use 4 brushes at most for my look. I don't have the tendency to use, 5 or 6 of them. But if you feel like using 5 or 6 of them, that is all up to you. Go right on ahead, sweetie. Alright. And now we're going to do eyeliner, which this one is a tattooed waterproof eyeliner by Scone. I don't think I've used this one in a video, that's why I go ahead and introduce it. And you're going to go ahead And this one is a draw on liquid eyeliner. It's not like most of them where you have the little brush. This one has a good little area that's just easy to fix. Or, sorry, a good little tip on it that's easy to stop mistakes from happening, and even if you make them. Concealer, sweetie. I swear it is the eraser of the makeup world. Concealer is probably going to be the last thing you put away. There you go. And that should cover it. I always feel like my right eye looks better than my left because I'm right-handed. And you know, I am prepared for my left not looking quite as good. And when you do eyeliner, you want to make sure that you're not covering up all of that makeup that you just did on the very bottom of your eyelid. That's why you go about halfway up your eyelid with it. Between a quarter and a half. Depending upon how thin you tend to do your eyeliner. I'm not very good at doing very thin eyeliner, so I have the tendency to go a little bit like halfway up. Because that should make sure that I don't cover it whenever I put eyeliner on. Once again, my preference, it doesn't have to be what you do. Alright, and then we're going to do our mascara. And this is the Triple Shot mascara. This is my only mascara. And mascara does wonders for your eyelashes. Putting a little bit of mascara on your eyelashes makes them seem much fuller and thicker than they are. And so you're just going to put a little bit of mascara on either eye. Nothing major, you don't need a lot, but you do want to put a little bit. And make sure you don't put it on too thick, because if you put it on too thick, then it gets under your eyes. And you don't want it to get under your eyes every time you blink. As it is, I happen to put it on a little bit too thick, so I'm trying to not make a mess of the under area of my eye. If you put it on a little thick though, just grab at that eyelash. grab at the eyelash. That'll get it on your hand instead of on your eye. There you go. Okay. And the last step is you're going to finish up with your lipstick. And today I'm not really doing anything special lipstick wise. I'm just doing a lipstick glaze that I got that is supposed to help heal your lips. And it'll look more like a lip gloss than anything else. But it's this or my very brand new one that is a brown. And I don't know that I want to do a brown because a lot of my colors in my makeup were very dark today. And your lip liner might blend out a little bit. If it blends out, don't worry, don't freak out. It's okay. Especially if your lip gloss or your lipstick is the same color as your lip liner. It just looks natural. It looks like you just did a little bit of a blended effect on your lips. Or a little bit of a faded out effect. And it does not look bad at all. Alright, and that's it. That is the completed makeup look from me today, guys. Here it is. Alright, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.